Even me that is reading the story now, I'm somehow scared because this lady shared a story of how my roommate asked us not to call her whenever it's 3 a.m. But out of ignorance, I did, and now she's not moving again. Let's get into the details of this story. So she went further and explained. She warned me not to call her by 3 a.m. Ever since the day I called my roommate's name by 3 p.m., she has refused to wake up. Jane warned us not to call her name when she was sleeping until that day I went to check on her by 3 a.m. Waiting you to go find her by 3 a.m. I was in the room when I heard the sound of water running from a tap. I knew it wasn't mine, so I went to check Daniela's room to see if it was her tap, but it wasn't. I began to wonder where the sound was coming from until I got to Jane's room door. The first thing I noticed was the door was left open so wide, like it was opened for someone. Then I walked in, only to see Jane's eyes wide open. I thought she was awake, so I said the exact thing she warned us not to say when she was sleeping, her name. Jane, are you there? You forgot to off your tap before you sleep, I said, waving my hands across her eyes. I got scared because she didn't answer me at all. I called her again, but this time I tapped her. She still didn't respond. Then I noticed something. Her body felt very cold beyond normal. That was when I became really scared because I realized she wasn't awake. She was sleeping, and I had just called her name. I quietly left the room, turned off the tap, and went back to my room, praying that nothing bad would happen to me. The next morning, while I was still sleeping, I heard a loud bang on my door. I jumped out of bed and opened it, only to find Daniela panting and shaking. What happened? Why are you banging on my door? And why are you sweating and crying? I asked, confused. Still panting, she managed to say a few words. Jane is not breathing, she said, and dragged me to her room. As soon as I got there, I saw Jane still in the same position I left her last night. But there was something else. The tap I switched off was running again, exactly the way I left it before. I became even more scared. I knew something wasn't right. I didn't know if I should confess to Daniela or keep quiet. I told her to call the hospital so we'll first take Jane to the mortuary while Daniela was on the phone. I decided to go and have my bath. While brushing my teeth, I raised my head to look myself in the mirror and saw Jane standing beside me, tears in her eyes. I quickly turned around, but there was no one, just emptiness. Hey.